Hello YouTube friends! Yes, today I want to discuss these three kind of weirdish jams. I'm trying to push the limits of the chord section and to create melodies and harmonic structures, so let's dive into it. So in this first idea I had the same sound on all 8 channels. I'm making it like a sampled instrument, so you can get that from my Patreon soon, but I'm still figuring out how to get large files downloadable, because I assembled it very expressive, so it's becoming more than a gigabyte. What I basically done, or I wanted to make like an ambient piece, look at the tempo, it's like 72, and my starting was something like this. So a bit polyrhythmic and a bit like conditional trigs, like very mellow. So it's basically all the same sounds but doing all different things in different octaves. And then I thought, like here, if I play them. So this is like a chord. And I basically made just like 16 steps with all these notes, so you can just, when I mute them, I can make like a kind of chords. So I can have some, in the background I have some chord stuff going on. Then I made a little beat. Still very chill. But then I had the most awesome idea to make an acid line. And that's this. Okay, so it's a bit chaotic and it was on purpose, because what I did was I put, let me put it on track 11. I put the scale on 2 times, so it's twice as fast as the rest, and then just recorded playing like a melody. I ended up with this, and I thought it was kind of cool with all the other sounds. When I turn everything on, it's a bit chaotic, but when I jam it, it kind of is cool. Okay, so in the second jam I wanted to sound design a little bit with the chord machine, and I made like a patch which has an LFO with the square wave shapes, and it will go like a 1/5 up in the pitch, so it's basically fluctuating. So I made something like this. And I put a random LFO of the waveform, so every time it hits it has a different waveform, so it has quite a nice vibe. And then I added another one, and it was more like it's also a chords machine, but it is more like an atmospheric low chord. So what I did here is on the filter frequency. So the filter frequency has a little bit filtered down with a little bit of resonance, and then the LFO is a random LFO on the filter frequency, and it has a fade in, so you get the effect that you hear here. So together that makes like a kind of it's a bit Detroit-y, maybe? I don't know, it has a cool vibe. So with that I made like a small, or like a beat with it, like very slow, very relaxed, like Detroit housey. And with that I wanted to create like a pseudo acid line as well. So in the end I created this acid line. It's a very laid back. It fits the groove very well, I think. All very loosely played. Yeah, you may be hearing like a little bit of a microtonal S in the acid part, and that I put like a random LFO with a little bit of depth, like 0.6 on the synth detune. So once in a while you get like a detune sound. I personally really love it. It makes it feel more alive or something. It has a really nice groove to it, I think. If the neighbors would only stop doing the thing. In this next example, I wanted to continue with the acidity vibe in the chord machines. So I wanted to create like a more fast-paced beat. So I started with just with some random movement on it. very basic, and then I created like an acid line. And on this channel I created like some automations, especially on the filter part, so it's very dynamic throughout the whole sequence, so it's never kind of the same. And with the little beat. Just nice and flowy. But then I wanted to do something funky with the chord thing. So what I did was I found a chord that works really well with the acid line, and I just put like a trigger on every step, and I create some automations on it. Here I have all these different types of automation, and I put it on like 48 steps, so it's kind of offbeat, polyrhythmic, and a little LFO on the waveform and on the pan. What that gives is something like this. I think it's a very nice effect, and what I then did was copy the track, or made like kind of the same track. I did the second LFO on the synth balance instead of the synth wave, so it gets a little different vibe, and I put like a different chord on it. So here I have the major at 9, and on this channel I have the minor at 9, so it gives, oh yeah, and I put this in a fifth higher, so it's a different vibe altogether, and that sounds like this. So then in a jam I could switch between them to create like a different atmosphere. So let me put that with the acid line. And I can change it like this. And go back. I think that creates a nice atmosphere. And even what I realized at some point, I forgot to mute the other channel, and when you put them both together it creates also a nice effect. So yeah, these are my 3 kind of weird jams, exploring the syntax more and more. I'm getting familiar with it more and more and finding my sound in it. Hopefully you got something out of this video. Yeah, I will keep on making them. I will keep on exploring the Syntakt, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!